Oh my God, your poor dad.
Like, you actually want me to count, or do you want me to be the one that says it?
Do you want me to say it or do you want to say it?
You can say it. I never say it.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
can
never say it.
Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister. I almost like blacked out in the middle of that because I didn't know what I was saying.
Well, the thing is I don't think I would be able to remember what it says.
Yeah, because like when Bailey usually does it.
I know. And then I've never done it.
Right.
And you always do it for the FaceTimes.
Yeah. This is our mini episode, the FaceTime. It's just like a little midweek treat that we like to bring to the girlies. So welcome if you're just joining us.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
What is that from? Is that from Princess Diaries? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here today. That is from Princess Diaries.
So you have some stuff that you want to get. Do you want to get started? Because you came in hot this morning on our original FaceTime.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, hold on. First of all, Paige was telling me like the worst story about a dog. Like, I'm not even going to tell you guys because it will ruin your day. I literally, like, I had to like erase my brain to get it out of there. Don't tell them.
It ruined my night. I did not sleep last night.
Why do people have to post that shit?
Why did I watch it? And then I had to just scroll. I fast forwarded to the end just to make sure like everything was okay. And I guess, I mean, like, it was as okay as it could be.
Which is like,
it like wasn't
he's
great.
on the mend.
It was just really sad.
No, don't even get started. Like, you can't tell them. They'll find it. If it's meant to be in their For You pages, it will happen. It will find them.
Yeah. Anyways, some of the other things. I'll start with the bad thing and then we'll just get better.
Okay.
So I read books now, right? I'm reading that book, It Ends With Us, Colleen Hoover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I am at least, 2/3 of the way in, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just minding my own business last night in my bed, reading my book. I read something that triggered me so... I haven't been triggered like this in such a long time. Like, I was shocked. So a little backstory. What happened was this guy is a surgeon, right? So like his hands are super important. And the girl was making like a casserole in the oven. He gets out of the shower. He's like, oh, I'm hungry. And she's like, oh crap, I forgot about the casserole. So he goes to grab it. And as he's grabbing it, she's like, oh, like, don't forget the oven mitts. But he like already had it in his hand. So then he drops it and like glass is everywhere. She like starts laughing, and as she's like walking towards him, she's like laughing, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that happened. Like, are you okay? Kind of thing. And he pushes her to where she like hits her like eye on like the cabinet like handle. And he's like, you were laughing at me. Like, the instant tears that started just flooding down my face because it was Tyson. It was Tyson. So immediately Tyson, like something kind of bad happened, and I either laugh or acknowledge in some way, shape, or form that like he did something wrong. Like, he grabbed the casserole without an oven mitt. Stupid, right? Like,
yeah,
whatever. Just, it was the wildest things. Like the faucet just turned on. So then I immediately put the book down and I grab my journal that's always right next to my bed, and I just start like, and I just start like writing. And I'm like, okay, that was crazy. That hasn't happened in such a long time. So then it was hard for me to fall asleep, and then I saw that TikTok, and then I really didn't sleep. So it was a wild night for me.
Oh my God.
So
that's really traumatic.
It was just so crazy that
Tyson has such a fragile ego.
Yeah, and it's been so many years that I didn't think I would still get triggered in that way, and I was wrong because I did.
Damn. Well, I'm sorry. That is like really wild.
Yeah, it was wild. But
I was actually kind of surprised that you were reading that book because like I've heard that it is trigger warning domestic violence.
Okay, well, guess what? I didn't hear anything. So the only reason
How
I
have you
started
not heard, like literally that's like the #1 book on TikTok.
But the thing, first of all, that's cute that you think I'm on Book Talk because I'm not. And the only reason I started reading it is because it's like going to be a movie, and they had said that Blake Lively is going to. So I was like, oh, I should read that book. I
Yeah,
read one book last year. I should read another one.
Let's read 2 books this year.
read
and then
2.
the next year, 3.
Exactly. Well, and then I was wondering because when I put the book down and I was writing in my journal, I was like, am I going to be able to finish this book? Or am I just going to have to call it quits? Or am I going to have Bailey read it first and then let me know? But I think I'll be fine now that I was really caught off guard because I didn't know anything about this freaking book beforehand. And I think if I would have been aware and prepared, then I wouldn't have been so shocked.
Yeah. But I think that it's like there's a happy ending because it's like it ends with us. Like the abuse cycle ends with them.
Wait, do you still see me?
Yeah. Do you not see me?
Oh, wait, I do now. Sorry, that was weird. Well, that was kind of, well, I was wondering kind of that as well. But I'm also like, I don't care. Because I don't care. Like, this was, like, one time is too many times, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, that was just like a sensitive moment for me.
Okay, that was the bad thing you wanted to tell me.
Okay, so then I have 2 really awkward things.
Okay.
But they're funny awkward. Like, we can all laugh at me. So
Okay.
This past weekend on Saturday, I was just out with my friends, nothing crazy, at my friend's house, but I drink way too much wine and I get really drunk to where I'm like blackout drunk, okay? But I'm not acting like I'm blackout drunk. I just am. And Drunk Page says, you know who I should text? BB. And so,
What? Why would you do that?
I don't know, okay? I don't know. Have not talked to him since, he says, hey.
So like the last text before you texted him was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yes.
Oh God. What
And-
did you say? Just tell me what you said.
Luckily, all I said was, hey, how are you?
What did he say?
Well, he didn't respond till the next day. And
What did he say?
Keep in mind, I texted him at like 11:30 p.m. It wasn't even after midnight, which is also just wild.
I mean, 11:30 p.m. is still like in the hours of like he knew you were drunk.
Still, he responded the next day. He was really nice. He gave me a little update on him, and then we had to wrap it up. You know what I mean? I was
Right.
like- anyways, so that happened, and I was like, ah! But then the most embarrassing thing happened, and I cannot
There's more?
I cannot believe I haven't told you this one yet.
What?
You're gonna die.
I have shivers down my spine. What?
Okay,
Stop.
remember?
Just tell us.
We'll have to give this guy a name, but remember Colorado's friend?
Yes.
So we were messaging that same night.
He shot his shot.
Well, we were messaging, and I still have not gone back to look at how these messages started, but what he had said was something like, oh, how can I make it up to you? And I said, oh, just talking to me now is working, or something like that. And then he says, well, there's a lot of ways to talk. There's texting, there's calling, there's FaceTimes, there's mail, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I did?
What?
On Instagram, I video called him.
Did he answer?
Yes. Who video calls somebody on Instagram? Me, apparently.
Psychos.
Drunk me. So here's the funny part. Could not tell you what was said. We talked for 5 minutes, apparently, according to Instagram DMs. And I remember seeing his face and seeing that he was at a bar, and then and he kept like putting the phone like up to his ear to like hear me because it was loud, and like what
Loud.
psycho video call
What psycho
somebody
answers?
yeah, right. I don't know. I guess we were both psychotic. And then he must have said something like, "Oh, like I'll text you," because then he started texting me, and then I was like, "Wait." The next day, I'm not drunk anymore, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is weird. We gotta nip this."
Imagine, like, this is how I know I'm a psychopath, is like, I'm like, you guys need to date and get married so then I can be at the wedding looking better than ever with these big old fake titties and just like putting it in Colorado's face.
Yeah. Anyways,
But like, you don't have to.
I just thought that was so embarrassing, and you know what? It could have been worse. Like,
could've been
my
way
message
worse.
to BB was such a normal message. I don't know how I could be so normal and so drunk at the same time.
Well, because you said one thing.
I know, but what if I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. What if I was like, "Why don't you like me?" Or that would be the worst. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Like, I would never even like think of that.
Well, I didn't either, but the next day I was like, "Thank God I didn't," right?
One thing that I don't do anymore, well, when I was drinking, was like, I was pretty good about not drunk texting.
I never do that. It was
Clearly you do.
clearly
You drunk dial.
clearly it was so out of my wheelhouse. I was shocked at myself the next day.
Well, at least Colorado's friend was at a bar, so that means he was drinking too.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least you didn't get into a back and forth text with BB.
Well, I'm sure that Colorado was like, "Hell yeah," and then or other
Colorado's friend.
Colorado friend was like, "Hell yeah," and then I was like, "Oh no, sorry, I don't know why this happened. Never mind."
Sorry. And also the fact that he thinks that like there could be anything. Like, does he not follow me on social media?
I don't know.
I'm literally dragging his friend through the internet. Like, why would he think that he had a chance with my sister, his friend?
I don't know, but those were the things I've been dying to tell you.
Dying. Well, that's pretty interesting. You need to like put a child lock on your phone.
I agree.
I agree. But we all learn. We live and we learn.
We live and we learn.
So there was this video that came across my little TikTok For You page, and it was from the Mean Girls podcast, which is like a Barstool podcast. And
Okay.
one of the girls is married, one of the girls isn't. I think she's single. And she brought up the question, if you were, okay, so are you obligated to have somebody's significant other in your wedding? Wait. Not that. Are you obligated to have somebody, your significant other's sibling, in your wedding?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
like,
Yep, I got you.
and I have like very intense feelings about this, as you know.
I know.
And the girls were saying, one of them was saying no, the other one was kind of saying like, first of all, the other one was saying that she dated a guy with 4 sisters and she would put 2 of them in the wedding, which I was like, that's
first
crazy.
of all, it's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
But I personally think it depends on your relationship with the sisters.
Yeah. It depends on your relationship with the sisters and your significant other's like relationship with their siblings and how much it actually like means to them. Because like for me, in my case, like my significant other's sister, people were like, you really should put her in the wedding. I'm like, why? What is she going to do for me on my wedding day or during the wedding planning process that will even be like anything that is adding value?
Well, and that would honestly stress her out.
It would stress both of us out because we did not like each other.
Yeah, but it's like she wouldn't add any value to your day, and honestly she would take away from your day because she would vocalize how upset she would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something to consider. But I hope that I find someone to marry, and if they have sisters, and if I'm having a wedding, TBH, I want to elope, but like if I do have a wedding, it's an option depending on how many sisters there are and how well we get along.
Yeah. I think that it's just like, it's not something like, why do you need that? I don't understand why that is something that you need. If the other person doesn't like want it so much, like my ex was like, I could take it or leave it. Like if it meant something so much to my ex to have their sister in my wedding, I'd be like, for sure, like this means something to you. But I don't think it should be like a social norm to have that. Which brings me to another social norm for weddings, which I have intense feelings about. I think that you need to be giving your guests a +1 in most cases. And I think that's like so controversial. And like a lot of my friends got married when they were like in their mid-20s. And so a lot of people didn't give +1s.
I wonder, I'm looking to see, I just got a wedding invitation. I don't remember.
But like, I think I've gotten invited to weddings where it was like a big plane ride, a big plane ride. And they were like, oh, sorry, we can't. They would like give me a +1, take away a +1. And it was like, oh, so now I'm supposed to finance this stuff all by myself when all of my friends are splitting the cost with their significant others. And I'm also like probably not going to have as much fun with you because hot take, it's just not as much fun going to a wedding alone unless you know a ton of people there.
I honestly was really shocked at I don't think it was the last wedding I went to, but one of a recent wedding. I'm pretty sure I was offered a +1, but I just didn't have anyone to bring. But my friends were going, so I still went thinking, surely I'm not the only one that doesn't have a date. I was one of two. There was two of us, me and one other person, were the only people in the entire wedding, guests at the wedding, that did not have a date. And that was wild to me. That was the most uncomfortable I've been at a wedding.
Yeah, it's like it's not fun and that may be like everyone's gonna be probably having opinions about that, but it really is not fun to be like one of the only single people at a wedding. Like I did that during COVID to like my friends got married and I went to the wedding. It was like the day before my birthday and I felt bad, but I was like, I'm leaving early. This fucking sucks for me. Like I know it's not about me. It's not about me. So like I need to remove myself. Like all my friends, as much as your friends try to include you, it's not just it's not the same. Unless you have like a crew of like at least one other girl wingman or a guy wingman, somebody that you can hang out with, but you have to like have fun with that person.
Yeah. I currently don't have a date to this upcoming wedding either. And it's like I have to fly to get there. The hotel's really expensive. And it's like, am I going to...
But like, is it worth it? That's kind of my thought. It's like, is it worth it? Like, I would not be mad if my friend couldn't make my wedding because they didn't have someone to go with. It would not hurt my feelings. It'd make me like upset because I would want my friend to be happy.
Yeah.
I think it's like, this is going to be a hot take, but I think that you need to be giving your friends +1s. And if you can't, like, especially if it's a destination wedding, I think it's wild. Like, and people have this take of like, if I don't know you, if I've never met you, I don't want you at my wedding. And it's like, well, hot take here. I keep saying hot take, but newsflash, it's not all about you. Like, and I think it's really selfish to think of that. Like, you don't want anyone you've never met to be at your wedding, but you want your friend, you care enough about your friend to have them in this sacred time with you, but
you want them to be enough. Like as uncomfortable as possible.
Right. And like you want that to drain them financially. You want them, it's just like so annoying to me that people think that way. I think it's also because maybe I'm divorced, but I think like people on this high horse about their weddings where it's like, if you don't have enough space at the venue, then you need to cut down your guest list.
Or
I
get
don't
a bigger
know.
venue.
Or pick a different venue. But it's just, I feel like weddings are so selfish and
Touchy.
they're kind of, they're supposed to be, but like also you're making an event for your friends.
That's
my
why
outlook.
here's my perfect idea. I would love to elope, and like, sure, you and Bailey, mom and dad, my husband's siblings, parents, like whatever, like you guys can come, but like, or not, whatever. But like, I want to elope, and then I would love to have a party if people want to celebrate, because it really is more for, like, I would say people's families, right? And so we can rent a little place for the reception, right? And here's the kicker. I would love In-N-Out. So we'll get an In-N-Out food truck and it'll be so much fun.
That's so like 2014 of you.
Except the only thing about the In-N-Out food truck is that they don't bring fries. So
I know. So it's like,
it's thank you for the burgers, but
Yeah.
and Lay's chips.
no, we don't want
I want the
Lay's
fries.
chips. Yeah.
But that would be perfection.
I wonder what my second wedding is going to be like. I feel like it's going to be even better than my first wedding. If you can even imagine.
I just think that I'm the type of person, I either need to elope or I'm going to go insane. Because there are so many
No, you
details
literally
and so
will.
many decisions. I would
You
lose,
will be
I
a
would lose
nightmare.
my mind.
You'll be a nightmare if you do a real wedding because like you get so stressed.
And the only thing I've never really dreamt about a wedding or anything. That's never been my thing. But I would like a really sexy dress, but I can wear a sexy dress anywhere.
Exactly.
So why should I spend all this money on a wedding?
Yeah.
You know, look, I don't even have any prospects, but I'm eloping.
Nice.
You heard it here
Well,
first.
that's good to know. Yeah, that was just some things. Somebody wanted us to talk about some more wedding stuff, but I need to know what you guys want to hear because I have a lot of opinions on weddings. I've been to like a million freaking weddings.
Me too.
And it's just like, I've been married at weddings. I've been divorced at weddings. I've been single at weddings. I've had boyfriends at weddings. I've had new boyfriends at weddings. So let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Speaking of weddings, not to like beat a dead horse with the Selena and Haley thing, but like somebody sent us a message and they were upset by the way we were talking about Selena Gomez. And I want to make it clear, like we weren't like laughing at Selena Gomez's like mental health struggles. I don't even know if we like addressed, I said she's unwell because I think she is unwell. Like she's not well. Like what is the definition of like being well or like a mental illness? It's like not well. An illness means not well. But I'm not like laughing about that part. I just think like she's loser vibes. But on the other hand, I do think Haley is also loser vibes for this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we said was completely taken out of context because people were taking that conversation and they were running wild. And I was like, honey, we didn't even think that. Like, we weren't even going there. You just went there, you know? So that was really crazy to me. But the thing is, the more that comes out, it's like,
It is like Haley's kind of loser.
well, Haley is a loser. But the only thing that we said about Selena that was like confusing is that she like had the most followers on, was it Instagram or TikTok? Like the most followers on Instagram out of anybody. Like it wasn't, everyone started making it as like as her versus Taylor or like what, and that was my example of like Taylor's
why
so
is it
active
Selena?
like it could be freaking what's that song? Cristiano Ronaldo or like Jennifer Aniston. Like,
Selena's the number one followed woman on Instagram.
well, right.
Regardless,
but it like,
does.
people
she
were like
doesn't
saying
seem-
like, well, she does this and this person, and it's like that wasn't the point. It was just like it was shocking to me to know that Selena has the most followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
End of story. Like that, I can be shocked.
that
by
is shocking. I mean, trust me, it's shocking,
and it may not
maybe
shock everybody, but it shocked me, and I can be shocked.
I didn't know how deep the fandom ran until this last week on TikTok, and they are fucking crazy. Like, Selena's fans are almost like, they're so obsessed with her that they're almost like detrimental for her, because the more and more they keep bringing up this like Hailey feud, that's all they can talk about right now is this Hailey feud. So they're basically just putting her very traumatic past in her face constantly.
But also, why does Hailey copy everything that she does? Because that's
Like,
so weird.
why does she copy? But like,
That's creepy.
but some of the things I think are a stretch. Like the tattoo, I think is a little bit of a stretch. It's
How?
a J. It's a J.
No, the one behind her ear.
Oh no, the G. That's like fucking weird.
Come on. That makes no sense.
Well, and I just wish Hailey could like, I want both of them to just own up to like everything that's going on. Like, and I know they'll never do that because no PR person is ever going to let them do that. And I think both of them are so obsessed. Like, I think Selena knows like if she unleashes what she has on Hailey, the fans are going to go fucking wild. And I think that's why Selena doesn't do that, because I don't really think
She has to
Selena's-
have more composure.
right, because her fans are crazy. And I think that
and Hailey just is a fan.
she is a fan, and I wish Hailey would just be like, look, I am a fan. I was a fan of Justin. I was obsessed with him because I was a teenage girl. Then I was in the same friend group with him, and I started to get to know him as a person. We fell in love. And by the way, there was a lot of fucking overlap. It's not Selena or Hailey's fault. It was Justin's fault. He was the one that was like, he'd literally go to an event with Hailey and leave with Selena.
Yeah. Either way, what I do think is I think that all of this like spotlight on both of them right now, like Selena wakes up probably like with a pit in her stomach, and Hailey's like, oh my gosh, they're talking about me. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think Hailey is like, yay, they're talking about me.
You don't
I think
think
she's
so?
like, how do I fucking make this go away? Because they're talking about her in the worst possible way you could. Like, they're making her look like a fucking loser. Who wants that? Who wants to be like, I am such a loser. I'm the second choice for my husband. Even she could feel so strong in her marriage, but like, people constantly telling her she's the second choice and that there's somebody else better out there. Like, I would not want people saying that about me if I'm trying to like create this elevated image that she's trying to make.
yeah, I also just think that everyone should just be nice to each other.
Yeah, they should. But also she, I saw a TikTok that somebody saw that she had trademarked the word mood board, and it's for the whole clothing category. So they think that Hailey's coming out with, oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze. They think Hailey's gonna come out with like a whole line of clothes called mood board. And they're kind of like thinking, oh my God, it's like right there on the tip of my nose.
Look at the light. Look at the light.
I'm like, I think the light is just dull enough to like not bring a sneeze. You know, when it's like, it's bright enough to like elicit a sneeze, but it's not bright enough to like bring it all the way through to your nose.
You need the sun.
I know, but it's cloudy today. I know. But yeah, I just think it's like kind of interesting. And the more I like keep getting sucked down this hole, like I'm fucking done with these people. Like I'm done. I don't care. And then I like see another thing and it's like, ooh, wait, that's new.
Yeah. Personally, I would like to stop talking about it so we can stop contributing to all of the content that's being like poured into it. Because the fact of the matter is we don't know anything, and we can go round and round in circles on like what we see on TikTok all day,
We can
right?
go round and round each time. You got that day. Speaking of, we are
1 month from today.
officially 1 month away.
I know. And my Eras
Sing.
sweatshirt is arriving today. It's probably on my porch right now.
Do you know what it's going to look like?
Yeah, I ordered it.
Oh, it shows you. I feel like Taylor could put out merch and just be like, just
Surprise.
bye. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you as soon as I open it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But I'm really
Well.
excited.
Ooh.
We need to think of our outfits.
I don't know if I'm going to go fangirl. I think I'm going to go a cool concert goer.
That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Or I'll just wear my bejeweled outfit. So I don't really know. It's really going to go one extreme or the other.
Imagine though, like you show up in the bejeweled outfit and I'm like normal.
Yeah.
And I have to sit by you the whole time.
And I'm just like crying.
No, you're going to black out.
I know.
You need to like do something. I don't even know what you can do to like not black out.
I need to do like breathing exercises or something, because the blackout comes from like screaming so
Over-
much. It's like, "Ah!" like, and then I don't get enough like oxygen to my brain or something. I don't know. But I need to work on some breathing exercises, I think.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes. Well, is there anything else? Maybe next week we won't talk about Selena. We're going to talk about
Great.
cheating.
Great.
So let's talk about, send in your cheating submissions. I think if this is airing Thursday, we might record Thursday night. So hurry up and send them in. And you know, we'll probably need a 2-part episode because I've seen a ton of emails coming in because these boys be out in the streets cheating.
Yep.
That's all they do.
Yep.
So, and
Facts.
also you could be cheating. One of my friends was like, hey, should I write in on about how I cheated on so-and-so? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, because again, sometimes you just need to get it off your chest, and it's like, ugh. Hey sisters, guess what I did? Wasn't great, but it happened.
Yeah. So make sure to write into yourpoordad@gmail.com. And yeah.
And follow us and rate us.
Oh, follow us.
And please don't be mad at us for talking about Selena and Haley again.
And if you're mad, like, tell your mom.
Tell your mom.
Tell your mom. Don't tell me. I don't care. But I
Okay.
do appreciate when you guys come in with an honest vibe and you're like, okay, look, this gave me a pit. And I'm not always going to agree with you. Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not going to like be like, oh. But I do appreciate when you come in like respectfully.
Yeah, me too. The only thing that I don't appreciate is because we're not always going to have the same opinions as all of you that are listening, right? But
Yeah.
what I did not like is people really twisting our words and like saying that we were saying something that we weren't. So that's what I really didn't appreciate.
That's what's really going to fucking
That's
piss me
what's
off.
really going to piss me off. So,
But let's end it on a good note.
but yes, but all good.
But thank you.
Nothing but love.
And make sure to share this episode with somebody so we can grow and become the biggest podcast in the world.
Yes, please. Okay, cool.
All right.
TTYL. Bye.